Well, here's what we harvested this evening out of the garden. Lots of beans. We got some cucumbers and some squash, zucchini, a few tomatoes and snap peas. Nothing major, but so thankful for all of this stuff. All right, our trip to the garden last night gave us all these wonderful green beans. So we snapped them, stayed up till after 10 o'clock last night snapping these beans. So I'm just giving them a good rinse in this cold water, and I'm going to pick out what buggy pieces is in there or rusty pieces. We're going to get those out of there before we can them, and then we're going to pressure can them. So I'll be right back. Okay, we're going to can these beans. So first off, you're going to check your jars. Make sure there's no stress cracks, no chips around the top. Make sure, inspect them. Make sure they're good because they're going to go in the pressure can or under all that pressure, and you don't want any jars breaking, okay? After you do that, make sure you have clean jars, sterile jars. Put your funnel in. Then you're just going to grab your clean, fresh green beans. You're going to fill up your jar. And the object here is 1 inch headspace, okay? So you got to leave a 1 inch headspace for this stuff. Most of your vegetables are like that. So I just and listen, after you put the water in them and you debubble it, then you're going to have more room probably. So I put about that many in there. And I just found one. If you find one that's got a rust spot or a bug bite or something, get that out of there. You don't want that in there. It's not going to kill you, but don't make a practice of putting them in there because it could cause something to grow in there and you don't want that. Then I got my hot water boiling over here. I just don't have much room here in this little cart. Let me see. This was such a nifty little thing when I first got it, and I still like it. I just, you grow, and you're like, I wish it was just a little bit bigger, because we're never satisfied, right, with what we have. It's like we want it to be bigger and better, and yeah, I'm very satisfied and thankful for having it, because I have a small kitchen. I have a very small kitchen, so that was the purpose of getting it, so I'd have room to chop and cut and dice and do this kind of stuff. And because look at my counters, like my kitchen is very busy. So anyway, then we're going to put our salt. We're going to put our salt in it, all right? And I told you guys I use Redmond. I switched over to Redmond salt for my canning, okay? And I buy it like this now because Tim's going to be doing some curing meat and stuff. So I bought a great big thing for him. But I buy the little bags for me. But anyway, this I had on my can, and I'm like, I gotta use that and get rid of it. It's just, sitting there. So you can use your Cannon salt, your regular Cannon salt. This is Mrs. Wages. You can use whatever Cannon salt you can find. Just don't use table salt. When you are canning stuff, do not use table salt, okay? So it calls for a teaspoon in most of your vegetables. In most anything, it's like put a teaspoon of salt. The salt isn't what's keeping this good, okay? So you can put salt in it, not put salt in it, put a little bit of salt in it. You don't have to put a bunch. And I'm not going to put a bunch. I don't know why I got that out. I'm going to put a half a teaspoon. I'm going to put half of what they call for, because I don't want all that sodium and all that salt, okay? You can buy it at the store. No salt, salt. It's not the salt that's, doing this. All right, after you put the salt in, you're going to put I don't know if you can see, you can't. My big old pot's in the way. And you're going to put this in and put your funnel back on. You're going to fill this up with water, hot water, okay? We're cold packing this. The beans are cold. We're going to put the hot liquid in because we're going to put it in this hot the pressure canner, I've got water going, 3 quarts of water, remember, like last time, in my pressure canner. And we don't want our jars to break. So we're going to fill this up. I'm probably going to need more hot water. To an inch headspace, okay? So just by looking at that, it's an inch headspace. But after we debubble it, you're going to have some more room. So now, we're going to get our vinegar on our paper towel. I'm going to go around our rim. Why do we do this? We do this because we may have a little salt when we were putting the salt in. There could be some salt on there. There could be still be some dirt, debris, or something on there. You never know. Just get your vinegar on your paper towel and wipe your lid off, because we want this to seal, okay? We want it to seal. Then you're going to get your lids. Got them in my hot water. I'm just going to do one with you guys. Got your lid. Put it on. Put your ring on. Finger tight. Don't crank down. Okay? That one's ready to go in the canner. Okay, I'm going to do the rest of these, and I'm going to get a can of mine from last year, a jar of mine from last year, and show you what it looks like. I'll be right back. All right, guys. We're back. We're going to put this in, put the beans in here, but I want to show you mine from last year. I have 2 of these left, and I put them in the pint jars last year, and this year I've got so many I'm doing quart jars. And actually, every time that I open one of these, I usually open 2 of these because we just like them, and we eat quite a few of them. So I might as well just go ahead and put them in the quarts, right? And save my pints for something else. So we've got all of our beans done. So we're going to set these in this water gently, okay? Because my water, I've been having it on low so it stays warm. We've got the hot water in the jars. Okay, we boiled us up some water to pour over our beans. And we're going to put these in here real quick. Now, I don't know what kind of canner you have, like I told you last time. But on mine, and you don't want, listen, you don't want your jars touching each other, because when they start rocking in there, you don't want them clanging together, okay? Because you'll end up with a broken jar. I always look in my, remember, I look, make sure, inspect my lid, inspect the rubber that's around it. You want that to be good. You don't want it to be dry, rotted, or cracked or anything, okay? Make sure this little thing, if you've got one of these, make sure that's working properly. We got our water in there. I feel like I need a little more water. I don't know why. I just feel like I do. Okay, hold on just a minute. Right. I put just a little bit more water in there, and I probably didn't need to because these are only going to process 25 minutes for quarts on beans, okay? So I don't think it's going to take all that water, but I don't know. I have this thing about it running out of water, and I don't know why, guys. I don't know why. I think that it might, but I don't know. Anyway, it's just a thing with me. It's not going to hurt if there's a little extra in there. You don't want it too full. You wouldn't want to fill it all the way up or anything, because then you will have issues. But my canner calls for 3 quarts of water on everything, but sometimes it just doesn't look like enough to me. Anyway, so we're going to put, you know, I told you I have issues with this too. Sometimes putting it on is a chore. But I like this old canner. It works good for me. Alright, so we got them on here. Got it on here. Got them in here. We're going to can this. We're going to turn the heat up. We're going to bring it up to pressure. Well, not pressure yet. Where we've got this steady flow of steam, remember? And we're going to vent it for 10 minutes. After it starts, we get the steady steam, we'll set our alarm. It is so early in the morning. Our timer, we're going to set for 10 minutes after it starts steaming. And then we're going to put our weights on. Remember, for my elevation, it's 10 pounds. 10 pounds of weight for almost everything. So you look it up for your elevation. If you live around me, if you know me and you live around me, it's 10 pounds of pressure. Okay? And then we'll put that on there when it's time, but not yet. So I'm going to turn this heat up. When it starts steaming, we'll put it on after 10 minutes. And then when it's the jiggle, you know, when the weight starts jiggling, that thing, then we're going to set our timer and we're going to, for 25 minutes. Okay? We're going to can them for 25 minutes. So I'll get back with you. Okay, here we are. We got a steady steam here going. So I'm going to put my timer on for 10 minutes. When this is done in 10 minutes, we're going to come back and we're going to put our weight on. Okay, we vented it for 10 minutes, so now it's time to put our weights on. Okay, so you're going to go from the side, remember, because that steam will burn you. Go from the side and put that right on there. When it gets to rocking and jiggling, then we're going to start our countdown for pressure cooking it. It was just 25 minutes for quarts, 20 minutes for pints, okay? So as soon as that starts rocking, I'll hit my 25 minutes. And then I will get back with you after I've let it cool off and show you the finished product. All right, it's all cooled down. Not completely, but I don't have any more steam coming out and my thing's down. I mean, it's still hot and there's going to be steam come out. But I'm going to open this up away from my face. Always remember that. Open it up away from your face. You'll see all that steam. Woo! And that water that comes off there's hot too. Just steamed up my glasses. Alright, there we go. Where did my... Aha! Let's pull one of these things out of here. You want to be careful getting them out. Look at there. Now that'll settle. See how that's... down, all the beans went to the top. When that cools, it'll all go down to the bottom. It'll settle to the bottom. There's another one. I got a whole sink of these to do today. Plus, I got to make bread for tomorrow. All my bunch of my sourdoughs and stuff. And I put these on a cookie sheet, and then I put them in my pantry and let them cool for 24 hours. And then I'll take the rings off. Make sure they're all sealed. You have 24 hours. If they're not sealed, then they say you can go ahead and put them in the refrigerator and then eat them, consume them, you know, within a week. But there you have it. There's your canned green beans. That's a kind of another one like jelly, except your pressure canning. That's one of your easier pressure canner items, okay? Foods. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and share. Because we need to be getting back to this. We need to be, I've been canning for several years now, and we need to be growing our own food, guys, and preserving it and eating it. It's healthy for us. It's good for us. Okay? So I will catch you on the next video, Lord willing, and y'all have a blessed day. Bye.